More news now at 6. An addiction treatment center in Spokane does not agree with the city's approach to crime downtown. Why they say throwing people in jail isn't the answer.
Well, few thought today felt a little like fall. We have even cooler and wetter weather on the way for Wednesday. Plus, I'll tell you about the possibility of thunderstorms in the first alert forecast.
And what led to a fiery crash involving a stolen asphalt truck that closed down part of I-90 near Ritzville. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. An addiction treatment center is speaking out against Spokane's new approach to crime and drug use in downtown. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Last week, Mayor Nadine Woodward and Spokane Police gave an update on their recent emphasis to address crime near 2nd and Division. Natalie Grant shares why this center says what the key is to making the city livable for everyone. Natalie?
Well, Kirsten, last week police said that they greatly increased their police interactions and arrests in the downtown area that they say have removed guns and drugs off the streets with the main goal of restoring public safety. But with a lack of space in the jail and the overall lack of beds for people who are living on the street, that addiction treatment center says that they need more collaboration for a long-term solution.
I would agree that it's in a crisis state, but I wouldn't agree on the solution.
Compassionate Addiction Treatment is located at the intersection of 2nd and Division with the goal of helping people get sober and get off the streets. Since last week's press conference with city leaders regarding a heightened police emphasis in that area, the staff at Compassionate Addiction Treatment say arrests are not a solution to the problem.
When you are living in a constant state of crises, which is what living unsheltered is. It's a constant state of crises, a continuation of trauma every day, that it's difficult to trust people in power that they have your best interest at heart. So it's difficult to say to that person, yes, I want help.
Executive Director Hallie Birchnell said their goals are the same: create a safe city for everyone in Spokane, including people without a home. She said this crisis all ties back to a lack of housing and a lack of beds in treatment centers.
Now we're adding charges to their history, so the challenges of moving towards employment and housing are only increasing with each charge. So the cycle is just perpetuating in a more intensive way with this approach.
She hopes moving forward for more collaboration between city leaders and the services that are interacting with homeless populations on a daily basis to come up with a solution and to identify an area where people without a home are able to be.
It's just important to recognize that this is a community crisis. It's a crisis of lack of housing. It's a crisis of lack of behavioral health supports, and that these are people.
Now, in our conversation today, Birchnell brought up housing solutions like tiny homes that have seen success in other larger cities, saying that housing is a key component for keeping people sober. Reporting in Spokane, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Natalie, thank you. A 31-year-old man is now in jail for an alleged drive-by shooting in Adams County that ended with a washed-out truck catching fire in the middle of I-90. Here are some photos of that crash. You can see the flames in that area. Wow. Investigators say Lance Rogers from West Richland stole the asphalt truck at gunpoint near Washtuckna. Police began to chase Rogers north, and eventually Washington State Patrol used spike strikes to pop the tires right near Ritzville. The truck then caught fire and Rogers was arrested. We found the very first red leaf in my yard today, my daughter and I. So that means that we are really getting closer to fall. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here to tell us about how it'll be feeling tomorrow.
It is going to be feeling a lot like fall, and it's going to be wet to go along with it. Hard to believe with the view right now. A beautiful sunset with clear skies, a little bit of wildfire smoke from fires burning in the Cascades and Canada that came in with yesterday's winds, also some dust. That will be settled as we get that wet weather going on Wednesday. Here are 4 things to know about your forecast. Showers on Wednesday, possible thunderstorms in the afternoon, more light rain on Thursday, and we're going to stay in the 60s through Friday. fall officially starts on Friday. Here's a look at your forecast radar, and this is the latest computer model run. This is fresh from 5 o'clock, and it's a little bit slower with the precipitation coming in on Wednesday. Here we are, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. The clouds are there, but 4 a.m. those showers are still off to the west. And even as we get into the morning rush hour, those showers are still hanging out in the Columbia Basin, but they will not be there for long. They expect a chance of showers as early as 6 a.m., but things really ramp up around noon and continue through the 4 o'clock before things start to taper off tomorrow evening. Here's a look at your Wednesday planner. 73 is the average high. We're going to hit 62 after a chilly morning in the 40s. Best chance for thunderstorms will be around 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Of course, we'll be tracking those very closely, and that 4 News Now First Alert weather app will help you keep on top of those storms as well from wherever you may be in the inland Northwest. Kirsten.
Chris. We now know the name of the person whose body was found in Dishman Hills earlier this month. The medical examiner identifying the man as 22-year-old Daniel Pronkin. Pronkin had been missing since September 6th. Investigators have not released the cause of death. This is still a developing story. We will update you as we learn new details. A woman is recovering from being shot in the back by her husband in Wallace, Idaho. The Shoshone County Sheriff's Department is confident it was an attempted murder-suicide. Law enforcement found her husband, Jeremy Darnell, dead inside their home from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The sheriff's office says there was a history of domestic violence. Some great energy there and excitement from the incoming freshman students taking their first steps on their college careers at Eastern Washington University. The first-time college students are familiarizing themselves with campus and getting ready for class starting tomorrow. Marissa Rio has details on how Eastern Washington University celebrated the new class of 2027.
Every year, EWU hosts an event to welcome the incoming freshman class. It's a historic tradition that kicks off a new Eagles college experience. Today, hundreds of first-time college students had the opportunity to join in on the fun. Students walked through Eastern's Herculean pillars while professors, faculty, and staff cheered on their first steps of their university careers. The incoming class was led through campus by the Eagle Marching Band and cheerleading squad. The loud sounds of beating drums and cheers accompanied their every move. Swoop also made his grand appearance. The event finished off with a complimentary barbecue where everyone could meet each other and celebrate the start of the 2023-2024 school year.
It's lovely. Helps you connect with people that you don't know, that you never met before. You know, I love the diversity. There's a lot of people out here you can just connect with from different ethnicities.
It definitely connects to the family value that Eastern football brings. Like how they do it on campus is like, it's the exact same way.
Our morning at 8:30, Eastern Washington Schoolhouse Bell will sound off the official start of the 2023-2024 school year. Today was a great day for students to get those first day of school jitters out and connect with new classmates. So many students told us that this event made them feel welcomed. Good luck to all the students starting classes tomorrow. Reporting in studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
With kids back in school, health officials want to remind everyone that respiratory illness season is right around the corner. That includes the flu, RSV, and COVID-19. In Whitman County, flu cases are already on the rise, and they are saying that there's been a significant rise in cases in schools specifically. They're advising everyone to get their flu shot to help stop the spread. To help keep track of these cases, the Washington Department of Health has released a new respiratory illness dashboard. This new dashboard replaces the department COVID dashboard. And Department of Health says that the new data dashboard includes data from previous years, which they say gives the public a better comparison between current disease activity and past disease activity. The Department of Health says the dashboard will be updated weekly through next April. Still ahead, the ratings are out on the best car seats on the market. Coming up, how these seats are evaluated and which ones are the best at keeping kids safe.
Hi, my name is Aura.
Her creators call her the most advanced robot of her kind. Find out her primary objective coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
We love to save you green.
Shop local at the Tin Roof.
Yeah, I'm a little over my head here.
When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Plumbing.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
The Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, making it fresh for you now 6 days a week. Come and see us.
Shop local at the Tin Roof.
New at 6 o'clock. Later this week, officials with the FDA will meet to discuss artificial wombs. Artificial wombs are not meant to replace pregnant mothers. Instead, they are meant to help increase the chances of survival for extremely premature babies. So here's how it works. The device would act like a womb, delivering oxygen, nutrients, and hormones as the infant continues to develop vital organs. Artificial wombs have only been tested in animals so far. The advisors will discuss what a human trial could look like. Consumer Reports just released their new car seat ratings. ABC's Rhiannon Alley takes a look at how these seats were rated and which car seats get the best safety scores.
It's one of the most important purchases a parent will make, meant to help keep their kids safe if the unthinkable happens. With so many car seats to choose from, Consumer Reports conducted crash tests like these to help determine its top-rated picks for safety. And this morning, Consumer Reports out with its car seat ratings for the first time free and on a new baby shopping page on its website. GMA getting an exclusive look at how the organization tested more than 100 car seats for safety and ease of use and installation.
Our ratings, our recommendations are backed by scientific rigor, by expertise in our individual fields, by data-driven test results. All of that comes together to give you, as parents, the knowledge and the confidence that you need to make the best choices for your child.
Biomedical engineer and Consumer Reports manager of auto safety, Dr. Emily Thomas, says the prices of car seats can also confuse parents.
An expensive seat doesn't mean that it's a safer seat.
Some of the categories and top picks outlined in the ratings. Top infant car seat. Taking the top spot, the Kleck Ling for $460, which testers liked for its crash protection and ease of use. Top convertible car seat, Kiko Next Fit Zip for $320 for crash protection and fit to vehicle. And top booster for those older kids. Consumer Reports likes the Nuna Ace for its good belt fit. It retails for $250. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Chilly at the bus stop tomorrow morning, and today was not especially warm. 65 our high, 73 is our average high, and look where we started the day, down at 43. Sunset now in the 6 o'clock hour. All signs point to fall, as does the 7-day forecast. That's after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Lake Todd Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 22nd through the 24th. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 42nd harvest.
Cheers! Does your current roof have moss growing on it? Is it worn out or tattered? Have you recently seen the heat and electric bills going up? Then it may be time for you to get a new roof from McVeigh Brothers. McVeigh Brothers is the only 5-star certified select shingle master contractor in the Inland Northwest. We also have great financing options to help you out, like no money down and up to 12 years low interest financing. So you can get everything you want now and pay for it later. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family.
I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun. Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF.
Just Between Friends at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Starting tomorrow on GMA, it's a 2-day live Deals and Steals September Spectacular.
These are amazing.
With big savings on amazing must-haves, from fashion to home and everything in between. Starting tomorrow.
You're gonna love these Deals and Steals.
Only on Good Morning America.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a Turbo Max engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com denominated. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Lake Todd Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 22nd through the 24th. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 42nd harvest.
Cheers!
This is incredible video of a police officer in Georgia, along with some Good Samaritans, lifting a car to save a teen driver who was trapped underneath. The police department said the 19-year-old had been partially ejected through the sunroof with his upper body and head squeezed in between the vehicle and the road. He was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment, but wow, thankful for people like that who step up.
Oh my goodness, yes. Hopefully he is going to be just fine. Tonight, it is going to be another cool night. This morning was quite a shock to the system. 43 will be our overnight low again. Clouds will be increasing throughout the night, and we'll see that rain developing early tomorrow morning. Showers, possible thunderstorms, a high temperature tomorrow of 62 degrees. And here's a look at our forecast radar. I'm going to take you all the way through Thursday, because we may have another little round of rain starting off at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning with that precipitation in the Columbia Basin, but not quite making it into Spokane yet. We will see hit and miss showers through the afternoon. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Possibility of some isolated thunderstorm activity. 6 o'clock, we start to dry out around the region, except along the northeast mountains, but then some precipitation wrapping around our low pressure comes in for Thursday morning, particularly down on the Palouse and into the central panhandle, but we also have some showers possible around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and then another round coming in Thursday around noon. and then continuing through Thursday evening. A very active weather pattern, uncharacteristic for September in the inland Northwest, which is usually a fairly quiet month. 70% chance of rain on Wednesday. Tomorrow down to 30 on Thursday. Wouldn't rule out a sprinkle or two Friday and Saturday, but only a 10% chance of precipitation, and then 20% on Sunday. Again, an active weather pattern and a cool one as well. Temperatures to start the day tomorrow will be in the 30s in Deer Park and Spirit Lake, right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, mostly in the mid 40s, lower 40s in some of the outlying areas around the region. There's going to be 30s in Colville, Sandpoint, lower 40s in Moscow, Pullman, and Bonners Ferry, as well as St. Mary. High temperatures tomorrow, again, about 10 degrees below average, 62 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, only in the 50s in Pullman with some additional rain, and 69 in Lewiston. Here's a look at your planning forecast. We do have the possibility of some thunderstorms in the afternoon. Thursday will be breezy with the possibility of showers. Fall officially starts on Friday, and I don't think you'll have any trouble believing that with the temperatures. A little bit warmer for Saturday, up to 72, and then we're going to be in the upper 60s to right around 70 Sunday through Monday. Tuesday, a chance of rain up to 40%. 69, that will be our average high this time next week. Our average high drops quickly this time of year, so that fall weather really starting to take hold after a summer-like weekend. Kirsten?
Doing lots of good vibes about fall weather, lots of trying to manifest it.
Well,
here we go.
You did a beautiful job then. We will give you all the credit for this one.
Not in the weather department, but I really care about those temperatures.
I know you do.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Well, millions of parents who made purchases for their kids on Fortnite might be eligible for a refund. Find out why ahead on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Hondas are piggy banks on wheels. Stylish, athletic piggy banks that save you money at every glorious turn. Legendary fuel efficiency, famous for its resale value, and now with great deals including 2 years complimentary maintenance, it's your chance to get into America's best value brand. So start saving money and drive happy as a pig in. See your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Why join UFCW 3000? I'm the lead person when we negotiate with employers for better wages, benefits, and working conditions.
You've heard the phrase, strength in numbers.
Well, it sure helps when you have over 50,000 union members supporting one another.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Our website can both answer your questions and connect you with our team who can help you explore your union opportunities.
Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem? Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office, because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
It's time to get moving and celebrate the 9-year anniversary of Move Fitness with the best offer to join in over a year. Let's go!
Jump into an exciting new class, or bring a friend for a quick workout, or maybe just relax after a long day.
Whatever you need, Move Fitness is here for you. And with a new gym coming soon, there's never been a better time to get moving.
Join the movement.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
5 Americans held as prisoners in Iran for years are finally back home. In exchange for that freedom, the Biden administration granting clemency to 5 Iranians held in the U.S. A White House spokesperson says this deal does not change the relationship between the U.S. and Iran.
This was about getting our Americans home. It was not about trying to ping it to the nuclear deal or to ping it to other behavior by Iran.
Also part of the deal, the U.S. released $6 billion in Iranian oil revenue tied up by U.S. sanctions, with some Republicans calling it a, quote, ransom payment, warning Iran will use the money to fund terrorism. The Biden administration insists that the funds will only be used for humanitarian purposes, saying U.S. officials will approve every Iranian withdrawal. In South Carolina, a military mystery and the search for answers in that vanishing of an F-35 military stealth fighter jet. For more than 24 hours, there was no sign of this jet after a pilot safely ejected himself Sunday and then it cruised around on autopilot. Crash debris was located about 2 hours northeast, but the military is still working to understand what caused the aircraft to crash and why it took so long to find the wreckage. Well, it's now been more than a month since hundreds of families in Spokane County lost their homes to wildfire. The community has rallied around these victims, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. But for many fire victims, there are still a lot of questions about where exactly this money is going and when they can expect the financial support. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez took their questions to the Inovia Foundation.
Victims of the Gray and Oregon Road fires have told me the month since these fires began has felt like an eternity. Lots of these fire victims have questions, many of them unanswered.
The community has rallied around these victims, raising an overwhelming amount in donations. Fire victims have asked where this money is going, when it will be distributed, and more. Victoria Aguilar and her wife were enjoying living out of town, growing their garden, and tending to their animals when they lost everything in the Gray fire. Since the fire, they've even had their few surviving possessions stolen. She says it's been a whirlwind of emotions.
Anger. Just that people will come out and steal from us when we don't have anything.
With little insurance help, Victoria wants to know whether she has help on the way as she pays for asbestos testing, debris removal, and more.
I really just hope that, we get answers. There's so many people who just want to know what's coming, what's not coming, if anything's coming,
We took Victoria's questions to the Inovia Foundation, who is handling a large amount of the donations. They told us instead of a tidal wave of cash, expect a constant stream. Right now, the foundation is focusing on getting funds to victims through nonprofits like the Salvation Army. But years down the road is when a lot of this money will reach victims.
Case managers get connected to every family who has been impacted. Those case managers will work with them for an individual recovery plan because everybody's in a different situation.
Their long-term recovery group will then help you with the financial assistance you need. The Inovia Foundation says you can call them for any help with your specific situation. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Well, we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including more on why local sporting events will have to be rescheduled. And one local homeless shelter is being forced to turn people away, leaving dozens without a bed.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
The best new vehicles.
Make the best used vehicles.
And Wendell Ford Nissan.
But did you know you can find
Chevy,
Jeep,
Ram,
Honda,
Subaru,
Dodge,
Toyota,
Hyundai,
Mazda,
BMW,
Lexus,
and more.
Plus, ask us about Wendell's certified pre-owned vehicles, providing you worry-free protection.
The best used vehicles can be found at Wendell at the Y.
Drive for generations.
A lot of great things debuted in 1979, like the Happy Meal.
And Trivial Pursuit.
Even the Dustbuster.
In our opinion,
The best thing to come out of 1979 was Kerner Furniture.
During our 44th anniversary, we are lowering prices on everything in the showroom.
Like this sofa sectional.
And this dining set.
And of course, we always guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices.
Anniversary pricing is happening now during Kerner Furniture's 44th anniversary sale. Nice store, low prices.
There's something unusual about doing business with Idaho Central Credit Union. It's not something you can put your finger on. It's not something you can copy and mass produce. It's just the Idaho way. And that's the way we partner with your business. Welcome to Business Unusual, where how you do business is how we do business. Idaho Central Credit Union. Your business is our purpose.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, high school football schedules are looking pretty different this year because of a referee shortage. Many referees are covering 2, maybe even 3 games in one night, forcing teams throughout the region to adjust their schedules. The shortage isn't just impacting when the games begin, but referees say they're being stretched so thin it's impacting their work during the games. Bronte Sorotsky joins us in studio now with what the shortage means for upcoming football games.
Well, according to the Inland Empire Football Officials Association, schools in our region have already lost about half a dozen officials since the start of the season. That means a lot of referees will have to work multiple games a day. On Friday alone, some referees will need to book it, with one crew working a game at Shadle at 4, then heading straight to Gonzaga Prep for a second game that night. One referee I spoke with says on nights when he has to double up, that rush in work of overseeing 2 games back to back wears these referees down and drains them of all their energy.
100 snaps, 120 plays every game, times multiply that by 8 games for a week, and now we have 9 more to go. So just the continuation of that.
Rob says that Ref Spokane is always looking for more referees to help out at games. And if you'd like to learn more about how to become a referee, you can find that information up on our website, kxly.com. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Bronte. New at 6:30 now, a man is in jail for running someone over at a crosswalk in Spokane Valley. Investigators say it happened near Mission and Bowman last night. According to the victim, he was in the road to confront the driver of a truck to tell him to slow down. The driver allegedly slowed down before accelerating, then hitting the man and taking off. The driver, identified as 20-year-old Jack Envelson, called police telling them he was the person who was involved in the crash. Envelson telling investigators the victim turned toward his truck at the crosswalk with a caulk gun in his hand, which he mistook for a real gun because he said it was dark outside. Deputies say Envelson said he tried to go around the victim and was unaware that he hit him. He now faces multiple charges, including felony assault.
Well, that's a live look at the stadium. It takes my breath away. It's so exciting. Right across the street, they've got the turf down. And oh my goodness, just gives me goosebumps. Welcome to the neighborhood stadium. What I was going to show you was this sunset, a very dramatic scene, as we have had some dust and wildfire smoke added to the atmosphere over the last 24 hours from yesterday's gusty winds. Smelled like smoke a bit today. I heard from many of you that smoke coming from wildfires burning in the northern Cascades, as well as Canada, that came in on yesterday's gusty gusty winds. I think we have the cure for that in the form of some rain. Right now, our air quality is in the moderate range. It did get into the unhealthy for sensitive groups range during the peak of those winds yesterday, but has been slowly improving ever since. It is cool this evening. If you're heading out for a jog or a dog walk, you may find it especially fresh in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint, where we're only in the 50s, 63 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Those clear skies allow our temperatures to drop very quickly. They will not be staying clear for long. Here are 4 things to know about your forecast. We have showers on the way for Wednesday, as well as the possibility of some thunderstorms, more light rain on Thursday. We are going to stay in the 60s for highs through the first day of fall. That is Friday. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. One of the only low-barrier women's shelters in Spokane is being forced to turn people away because of a rise in COVID cases. Volunteer of America's Hope House is limiting capacity to about 58 people. Normal capacity is 80. That means women in need of shelter have had to search for other options on their own.
So no new participants have been able to come into the shelter since the COVID outbreak. We're masking. The people who unfortunately do have COVID are in a separate area of the shelter, so we can kind of do some isolation there. And then if no new cases appear, then we will be open at, again, that 5 beds a day.
VOA says it hopes to start accepting more people starting Friday with 5 people a day and then eventually get back to full capacity. Anyone turned away is being redirected to either Women's Hearth, Union Gospel Mission, Catholic Charities, or the Track Shelter. Today, the city of Spokane hosted its first of 2 public meetings to get feedback on the changes to the city code meant to combat the housing crisis. Some of the changes include redefining what counts as middle housing. So middle housing includes things like duplexes, triplexes, and townhomes. One of the amendments would allow for more of these types of homes to be built throughout the city. The goal would be to increase inventory in hope of lowering housing costs. The next meeting will be on Thursday. And this is just one of the many approaches local lawmakers are taking to address the housing crisis here. Recently, we committed a whole half hour of our newscast to help you understand what's driving up and what's forcing many out of the Inland Northwest. You can watch our full Inland Northwest housing crisis special right now on our YouTube page. Around the nation tonight, a disturbing story out of New York shining a spotlight on the immense toll that the fentanyl crisis is taking on our country. This time, a little boy at a daycare lost his life. Police officers, doctors, and community activists are now trying to raise awareness about just how quickly this drug can kill. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the story.
This morning, a dire warning about children and fentanyl.
This is by far the most dangerous drug I've ever seen. It's extremely, extremely potent.
Just days after 4 children were found unresponsive at this home-based daycare in New York, all were taken to the hospital and treated with Narcan, an opioid reversal drug. 3 survived, but 1-year-old Nicholas could not be revived. The boy's father says the family has been given no answers as to how the overdose happened. Police say they found a kilogram of fentanyl in the hall and traces of the drug near where the children had eaten lunch and beneath their sleeping mats. Police have arrested the daycare operator and her husband's cousin. Both are charged with murder. They say her husband fled the scene.
A tenth of the size of a fingernail can kill an adult. So imagine what it could do to a child.
Pediatric deaths from opioids are skyrocketing. In 2018, 381 children died of opioid poisoning. In 2021, that number more than quadrupled nationwide.
Unfortunately, we have seen cases involving kids in our emergency department. The real risk is ingestion, but as you know, kids walk around and are curious, and then they put their hands in their mouths.
And drugs from marijuana to heroin are being laced with fentanyl. And then there's these colorful fentanyl pills. Assigned drug dealers are now targeting younger buyers.
A recent study found in most child exposure cases, the victims orally ingested the substance rather than touching or inhaling it from the air. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Millions of families who bought their child V-Bucks for the popular Fortnite video game could soon be getting a refund. Hey, that's not bad. The makers of the game agreed last December to settle a U.S. government complaint that Fortnite users were duped into making unwanted purchases. The Federal Trade Commission also said the game made it easy for kids to buy items without parental consent. As part of a larger $520 million settlement, the developer agreed to pay out $245 million in refunds. The FTC is expected to send out notices to affected users, and that will include a claim number. Washington State and Oregon State have been left behind by conference realignment. How both schools have navigated this offseason as they get ready to go head-to-head on Saturday.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Noodle Express.
What you're seeing today is Dr. Renee Badreau completing a successful eye surgery and the dedicated hours of training in virtual reality that helped make it happen, allowing her to practice surgical techniques, to increase access to quality care through immersive environments. These are the ways surgeons with Fundamental VR and Orbis are using the metaverse today.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's nothing like a fresh coat of paint to transform a home, a room, or a piece of furniture. No matter the project, the folks at your local Ace Hardware store are here to help you with all your paint needs. With our wide selection of premium brand paints and accessories, the experts at Ace will make sure you have everything you need to complete your paint project, no matter how big or small. Come see us today.
I'm a proud WSU alum, and so working for a financial institution that supports WSU holds dear to my heart. What we're really excited about is this summer we're doing the Week of Welcome, and every year people look forward to this as we do a wonderful crop art, which welcomes all the students and entry to Pullman when they come in, they're ready for back to school.
BSU has been affiliated with the Crop Art Project since 2019, so this is our 5th year working with Stan Hurd and WSU.
You know, when the students come, you can see them lined up for 27 miles coming in. Whoa, we're back, you know, hey, and everybody kind of connects a little bit.
It's really special to see a fun project like that come to life.
It's a visual representation of the support that BECU provides. It's a beautiful piece of artwork, and it's something that connects all of our alumni and students across the country, not just here in Pullman. So that's what I love about it, honestly.
Next ET, our Salma Hayek exclusive, her Fountain of Youth secret revealed.
You see a big difference?
Plus, Ryan Seacrest spinning out over his new gig, Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
These dancing stars are ready to turn it up.
It's a new spin on Dancing with the Stars.
Live September 26th.
This sea otter pup now being cared for by the wildlife response team members in Alaska. Oh, this is so sad. After his mother was eaten by orcas.
Oh, no.
So the little pup needed some help. And so this all happened during a recent fishing trip. Once everything was clear, the mother otter was not resurfacing. The orcas weren't returning the pup. The team pulled the pup out of the water and brought her back to Sea Life Center. That's where staff noticed that this pup had a fresh umbilical cord. Oh my goodness.
We're gonna cry.
Oh, way to make the pregnant lady sad on TV. This sweet little fuzzy patient was just a day or possibly just hours old. And now some adopted parents keeping him. What a sweet little pup.
Oh my goodness. Reminds me of our Bambi conversation yesterday.
Yes. Oh.
So
and
sad.
Dumbo?
Yes.
We really went down
oh
the...
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
I'm
sad.
Anti-Dumbo.
Yeah, we can't watch those anymore.
Hopefully that sea otter will have a long and happy and healthy life. Whew. let's talk about the weather. Here's our forecast radar for Wednesday, starting off at 4 in the morning. We have an upper level trough over the region, area of low pressure bringing in cool air, bringing in unsettled weather. We are going to have a chance of showers starting early tomorrow morning and continuing through Thursday. This area of low pressure is digging to the south, so the further south you go, the better chance you're going to run into some heavier rain. That includes Moscow, Pullman, Lewiston, Clarkston, and Grangeville, especially as we get into Wednesday night. Here's Wednesday at 9. Low pressure now over Oregon, and that's going to continue to send precipitation our way right on through Thursday. Here's our chance of rain for tomorrow. Starting off 40% at 7 a.m., 9 a.m. Then it really jumps. Our best chance of wet weather will be between 11 and 3, 4 o'clock, and that's when we could have some thunderstorm activity as well. And then it begins to decrease as we get into the evening, at least in Spokane. I'll show you what I mean. Here's our forecast radar starting off at our current time. We are going to be clear to start the evening, which is lovely, but then those clouds start increasing. Here's 4 a.m. with that rain moving in from the west. Quick aside, Aurora Borealis latest predictions. I don't think we're going to have much to see. Clouds moving in. I don't think that it's not in the cards tonight. As we go through the day on Wednesday, we'll continue to see those showers and possible thunderstorms in the afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. and then more wet weather comes in on Wednesday. Here's our forecast rain totals for Wednesday and Thursday, and you'll notice very light amounts in the northern towns, less than 1/10 of an inch in Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, even Coeur d'Alene. And then as you get into Spokane and Ritzville, Moscow and Pullman, looking between 1/10 and 1/2 inch. Those heavier totals down around Lewiston up to 1 inch. And there's even wetter weather further to the south. Meanwhile, to go along with that wet weather, we have got some cool conditions. This black line right here is our average high, and we're only going to be at 62 for a high tomorrow, 67 Thursday. Then we're back right about average Saturday through the beginning of next week, because at the beginning of next week, our average high is down in the upper 60s, and that's where we will be. Morning lows tomorrow. I was quite taken aback. Happened to get up early. I rarely do, and experienced temperatures like this, and it came as quite a shock. 35 in Deer Park, 38 tomorrow morning in Spirit Lake. We'll be in the lower to mid 40s throughout the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Around the region, 34 in Colville, 39 in Sandpoint, and 40s over much of the rest of the region. Our high temperatures tomorrow will be in the 60s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast, which does include the first day of fall on Friday and a high temperature of 68 degrees.
And the meteorologists where I just came from last year in Florida have been sharing their memes about how Florida is not going to see fall. I'm very happy to say that I am here, ready for Friday.
Is that?
I know. It said fall starts Friday for everyone else.
They don't know what they're missing.
Yeah, they're going to be taking their trips out here. And I know you mentioned the Northern Lights. We are fans. We kind of match the Northern Lights.
Yes, we do. Tonight. We've got an Aurora theme going here.
Unintentional. And we have some beautiful photos to show you, because we didn't really get to see it, right, in Spokane?
No.
But these were taken in Ponderay County, right near Medellin Falls, and they're beautiful.
Yes, they are. Gosh, yeah. Tremendous photos taken, again, near Medellin Falls. We have lots of viewers up there. Very nice area, and lucky them.
It always reminds me of our friend Kellen, who named his dog Medellin.
Yes, he's a former photographer here. Yes, Kellen Harlan Medellin.
Oh, what a great place. And great photos. Please send us more photos if you see the Northern Lights. Thanks, Chris. Well, something else very pretty, a new mural painted in downtown Spokane to celebrate Washington's law that allows formerly incarcerated individuals to have the right to vote again. The law went into effect last year, allowing and restoring the right to vote for more than 20,000 people across the state. The mural is located at the Howard Street overpass. And Spokane Bins has opened a brand new location. They have great deals. The co-owner is excited to see what you find.
That's the cool thing about our store is anything can show up in the bins, anything and everything, especially because we get our stuff from online stores. So people buy all kinds of things online and then they return them and we get them here. So we get really unique things.
Well, you can check out their new location on Sprague in the Valley. The bins are restocked Saturdays and Sundays. Here's what people are clicking on most on KXLY.com. Gas prices decreasing a bit in Washington, but they're still higher than the national average and Idaho's prices. Critics of the state's Climate Commitment Act say the cost to companies to buy carbon allowances is passed down to drivers, which makes the price go up. But one Washington lawmaker is looking at a program to help drivers offset some of those costs. This proposed payment program would send any extra revenue from the state's Climate Commitment Act back to drivers.
The money that is coming in that is dedicated to the Climate Commitment Act will still go to that, but we have this huge amount of excess, and I want to give the excess money back to the people of the state of Washington.
Other lawmakers, though, say this policy is not a Band-Aid.
There are efforts undergoing right now around how do we mitigate the impacts of compliance obligations on residents. But having a random policy that they threw out without talking to anybody, I mean, they're not serious.
Money from the state's cap and trade program goes to projects aimed at improving the environment. This payment program will be introduced in January at the start of the next legislative session. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Get $200 with a new checking account from Horizon Credit Union. We're here to guide you towards your dreams and put some extra cash in your pocket. Sign up in branch or online with the Get 200 promo code today.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
Hello, I'm Lloyd Herman. If you need legal assistance due to an accident or an injury, put my 40 years of experience of dealing with the insurance companies to work for you. You'll have an appointment to speak to me within 48 hours. Lloyd Herman & Associates, 922-6600.
What you're seeing today is a successful eye surgery. And this, the dedicated hours of virtual training that made it happen.
The RPOS mRNA.
Academic advancements are being achieved every day through collaborative hands-on learning. Upskilling careers, now made possible through immersive environments. Crucial engine maintenance, perfected in simulated training settings. Coming back from an injury with training designed to sharpen skills and improve performance. These are the ways the metaverse is being used every day, today.
Northwest Bachfest celebrates diversity with a free concert with Zool Bailey, cello, and friends at Spokane's Museum of Arts and Culture, Friday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. Details at nwbachfest.com.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
The number 21 ranked Washington State Cougars open up Pac-12 play against number 14 Oregon State Saturday. There's a bittersweet feeling heading into the conference schedule this year. Conference realignment has left WSU and OSU as the last remaining Pac-12 teams after this season. Sports Director Julian Minnesone is in Pullman with more on the Cougars' final run at a conference championship in the current Pac-12.
Saturday may be the first time fans actually cheer for an opposing team as they run out onto the field. Washington State and Oregon State have been in lockstep this entire offseason through conference realignment.
We know from the outside sources that we're not a Power 5 team, so we have something to go prove each day in, day out.
Washington State and Oregon State are the only remaining Pac-12 teams after this season. Both schools have been working together to preserve their futures and find a new conference home.
Members who have announced that they are leaving to join a competitor are no longer have any loyalty to the Pac-12 and cannot be entrusted to make decisions on behalf of the Pac-12.
WSU and OSU were granted a temporary restraining order preventing the departing schools from making decisions that impact the future of the conference. Oregon State University President Jayati Murthy tweeted, "Go Beavs, go Cougs," just one day after both schools filed that legal complaint against the Pac-12. Oregon State fans were cheering when WSU took down Wisconsin earlier this month. The Cougars and Beavers have been on the same team all season long, but Saturday, it'll be anything but friendly on the field.
We kind of see it as the last year of the Pac-12, so we want to take it. We want to be the last one with the rose.
Washington State University President Kirk Schultz tells us October 1st is the target date to figure out the future for Washington State and presumably Oregon State as well. Kickoff is at 4 o'clock here on Saturday, but for now, reporting in Pullman, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
And you can get the very latest on Washington State football in our weekly sports newsletter, The Playbook. Every Monday, Julian Minnesone takes a deep dive into the big sports topics of today. You can sign up for The Playbook on our website, kxly.com. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. Aboard the Yellow Submarine. Next, Inside Edition, Lisa Guerrero going where few dare to travel.
Oh, we're submerged, Lisa.
Wow.
A private submersible.
Wait, we got a shark?
But is it safe?
What happens if something were to go wrong down here?
Then, there go his pants. Oh no!
I could hear like an audible gasp.
Next, Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. Technology is a growing aspect of our lives, including helping us care for our loved ones. Virtual doctor's appointments, medical alert systems, and web-based tools to keep us connected from afar are important. But almost 70% of older adults don't feel that this technology is designed for them. The challenge is to familiarize ourselves with these tools and make sure new tech advancements support our well-being as we age. AARP and BECU can help. For tips, tools, and resources, visit this website.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a Turbo Max engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just one day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash. Sweet. Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here. Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
4 News Now is brought to you by Just Between Friends Northwest.
I'm ready for some rain. I think we all are. We need it. Possibility of some thunderstorms. It's going to be cool, 62. Might need a little rain jacket tomorrow.
Oh, yes. I think, where is that rain jacket?
See? Find it.
Good reminder.